America, you need to calm down. Today I'm going to give you a few misconceptions about the recent outbreak that's infesting the United States of America of Ebola. 1. You Americans need to sit down in a chair right at this very moment and eat a goddamn cupcake. I say this because the first one reason that misconception is that the United States can't contain an outbreak. If you really think that, then you don't know anything about the United States medical advances that we have. We have an amazing amount of technology, and we have the resources to actually contain an outbreak if Ebola was to even happen. And it's very, it's like a 0.1% chance of Ebola breaking out and it's spreading across the lands of America. Even the medical doctors themselves have been releasing statements about this is not a gigantic outbreak. Number 2, Ebola is actually quite a challenge in order to get infected. And this is probably where the most misconceptions come around. The only way you can come in contact with Ebola is through contact of bodily fluids. So let's say I have Ebola, I'm sitting next to someone, I sneeze, my spit goes on them. That's a way to contract it. Or maybe I piss on someone, or maybe I poop on someone. I'm just using examples here. Take in mind, this is contact through bodily fluids. And even if you do get contacted through bodily fluids and get Ebola somehow, if medical facilities in the United States are taking the proper medical procedures, then the chance of an outbreak even happening is next to none. Number 3, just because you contract Ebola does not mean that you're going to have a painful, automatic, instant, slow, painful death. Believe it or not, there have actually been several survivors, including Dr. Kent Bradley. Because he survived being infected by this, they are able to use his blood to help other survivors and other people who are struggling with this disease. Number 4, and I want you to take a very close look at this picture here. This was released for all of the people who were freaking the fuck out about this. Ebola does have a high death rate, but that's primarily over in Africa. But just because it has a high death rate over there does not mean that it kills as many as other infectious diseases. This right here proves that. Now, I'm not saying that Ebola shouldn't have any less attention because of this, but those people who seem to think that Ebola is this #1 plague and it's going to taint the rest of America and spread throughout and have the next fucking zombie apocalypse. It's simply not going to happen. Although having a Resident Evil movie would be pretty damn cool. Number 5, eating food. You cannot contract Ebola. Also, I think I just farted, but nonetheless, breathing the air, it's not an airborne thing. So therefore, if Ebola is floating around, you can't instantly get it because you're breathing it. You also cannot get Ebola through drinking water. Or maybe you can. No, you can't. And these misconceptions, like, it's crazy how many Americans don't understand what this particular types of diseases are, and they go nuts over it and spread all this false information, which further freaks more people out, and then it spreads to other people, and we lazy-ass Americans freak the fuck out over something that should be very, very small. And my final point worth mentioning is that we in America have much larger health risks and other health problems that we need to be focusing on. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't divert attention to Ebola, but some of the bigger health problems within America, for example, is the high rate of suicide, mental health, things that take lives far more in America than Ebola does. We need to be addressing these things and these outbreaks and these types of diseases that go around the world and are affecting and taking lives. I believe that's important, but to shift that entire focus off several patients in the United States of America having it, contracting it, and then freaking the fuck out, exaggerated into this whole huge, again, zombie apocalypse massacre, shows to me how ignorant and stupid a lot of Americans really are. But what's so saddening to me is that we Americans, for the most part, a large percentage of Americans, don't really care about the lives of other people across the world. And the reason I say that is because of the thousands of people who have been dying in Africa because of Ebola. When someone's diagnosed with it in America, when one person dies in America, all hell breaks loose. And to me, that shows that we have a really messed up humanitarian mentality, because every person's life, no matter across the globe, is just as valuable as an American's life. When that woman gets beaten or gets slaughtered or gets mutilated in Saudi Arabia because of wanting to get out of that Islamic abusive household, she has just as much value as the woman who's being abused or beaten up or sexually abused in America. It is no different. And I believe that we have a responsibility to look out for the well-being of these types of individuals at the exact same level as someone else. My name is Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. For those of you who are watching this video, today is Saturday. I'm uploading this the day that I edit it, and I'm going to be streaming The Evil Within. My Twitch stream is linked right here, twitch.tv/Repzion. I will be streaming at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today on my Twitch. I am going to be finishing up the game with the final 5 chapters, and I will not be stopping my stream until it's done. So if you want to check that out, feel free. Again, my name is Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. Thank you for watching this video, and please don't spread and make big deals out to be bigger than they actually are. Peace the rep out.